everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I have an incredibly packed pre-race roundup for the 2023 Italian Grand Prix at Monza. And well, as I said, this one's a bit packed, so let's start off with some driver stuff. And well, we have the fact that Liam Lawson will be replacing Daniel Ricciardo until his return from his broken wrist, which has been operated on, so he is now on the road to recovery, but Liam Lawson will be in that second AlphaTauri with Tsunoda until Daniel is back, which is suspected to be at Qatar, although very optimistically they're hoping for Japan, which is pretty optimistic in my opinion. Now, speaking of other driver stuff, we have a couple of contract extensions. Namely for Lance Stroll, which will carry him through next season into 2025, although beyond next season is unknown. However, leading up to the end of 2025, we have a 2-year contract extension for both Lewis Hamilton and George Russell at Mercedes, so they will both be at the Brackley-based team for at least 2 more years. And of course, I'm very happy for both of those drivers, and of course Lance Stroll. Now, we have a couple of special liveries this weekend, namely from Ferrari, which I'll ask Roxanne to put by here. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? It reminds me a lot of the Ferrari hypercar, which is actually what they've based this livery off of, because of course the Ferrari hypercar, the 499P, won the 24 hours of Le Mans. So obviously they want to pay tribute to that somehow, and this is probably the best way to do it. Now, the other special livery this weekend is the other Italian team on the grid, and that is, of course, Alfa Romeo, which the livery of shall also be here. Now, I've got to be honest, I really like this livery. Of course, we have the Italian flag across the engine cover, as well as a lot more black than usual. I know a lot of the car's black already, but there seems to be a bit more than usual, and of course, on the front wing, well, on the front nose, there's a lot of that dark Alfa Romeo red, which I really do like, so I've got to say, this livery is a huge win for me. Now, the final 2 bits of news this week are, one's pretty minor, one's pretty significant. Well, the minorish bit of news is the fact that Max Verstappen has received his second winner's trophy from Hungary, because of course, as we know on the podium, in an attempt to open his champagne, Lando Norris actually destroyed his winner's trophy. So Max Verstappen had one immediately rebuilt by the people who were making the trophies, and has now received it, which is good news for him. Now for the final bit of news, and one final picture, Formula 2 has revealed its 2024 car, which, yes, is going to look different than they do now, because they're starting to look a lot more like the modern F1 cars. Like, up until now, they've been using the old designs, so like the 2021 backwards era, but now they're looking more like the newer cars, and that picture's also going to be right there. And, well, I've got to be honest, I love the front wing, it looks really good, but that rear wing, okay, I don't know why it's so arched. Like, it looks like a balloon. It's really weird, and I don't know why it's so much more arched than the F1 rear wing. I don't understand what difference that's going to make aerodynamically, if anything. Although, I am happy that the F2 cars look a lot more like the F1 cars now, because of course, they'll perform a lot more like the F1 cars. Do they have ground effect? I don't know, not as far as I'm aware anyway. But I'm very happy to see that F2 is starting to look more like F1 again, so that F2 drivers can ultimately be prepared for the jump to F1 should they make it. But yeah, that'll do it for this pre-race roundup for Monza, the Italian Grand Prix of 2023. So please, like this video, subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channels, her link's in the description, my button is down there. Please click them and then the bells to get our notifications, comment as well, because why the heck not, and let me know what you think of all I've talked about today, and which was your most anticipated piece of news. Like, were you hoping for the Mercedes driver extensions? Were you hoping for the new F2 cars? Because there's been rumours that it was going to get a major redesign. Or what else was it? Once you've done that too, please follow me on my socials. There'll be a link tree in the description as always. And below that is Roxanne's website, of course. And lastly, please share the vid with your friends so I can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with my Halo 5 thoughts. Goodbye!